Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's reading with Tracey Brown Live. The reading will be on Kanye West. And I was given permission to do the reading. And I was told to cover my head when I did the reading. I've never been instructed to cover my head. I believe I was told to cover my head because this is actually a spiritual warfare for Kanye. But it actually may be a spiritual warfare for others too. Especially for others who stay quiet, who disrespect George Floyd's family, and who lets Kanye just spew massive amount of hatred towards the George Floyd family, and there's not a celebrity or a human being that is telling him to stop. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know who has been telling Kanye to stop. Because without the masses encouraging Kanye to sit it out, shut it down, this is a spiritual warfare for all of us. I put myself in it because I wasn't going to do it, but I was instructed to read on Kanye. Just pulling my cards. I'm just at the level of disappointment with Kanye. I think that's what's happening. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Kanye. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Kanye is your child. He is your love. He is your beloved. Father God, authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 If anyone would like a reading with me, just text me 213-458-7408. The readings are on Zoom or FaceTime or by telephone. I should have included that, and I haven't been, but I just want to make sure that you all know it's by any means necessary. This is a psychic reading, so none of this will be in my opinion. I do have the banner up, but none of this is in my opinion. This is spirit talking through me. Okay? Let me just see who's here. I think it's important to understand that having sympathy, as Kanye is saying some of the meanest things, then I'm worried for you too. because this actually is a spiritual problem. And if you don't get it, if you don't understand that having sympathy for him is not the way to go, that somebody needs to tell him to stop, shut it down and stop, rather than just have sympathy for him and then no one instructs him what to do. Hi, Melissa. All right, so I'm reading this from the Shade Room. Kanye West has a message for Roxy Washington, the mother of George Floyd's daughter. This comes after reports surfaced that Roxy Washington has retained the services of a law firm preparing to file a $250 million lawsuit against Kanye following his comments made on Drink Champs. Kanye has called this woman the most disgusting things. I mean, it's been deplorable. And this is going to go by way of Tasha K and Cardi B. And just when Tasha K thought that this couldn't happen, she's being sued for $4 million. Somebody put, to be clear, Kanye donated a total of $2 million to the families of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd to cover legal fees. Some of that money also went to Black businesses in Chicago. George Floyd's daughter was given a $529 college savings trust that will cover her college tuition. She did not get $2 million cash from Kanye, just to keep it clear. So somebody else put, so you mean to tell me that the other community made you lose $2 billion, Kanye, in one day, and you don't have any smoke for them? You even told the man who urged other companies to not work with you, it was all love. But this Black woman files to sue you for $250 million because you defamed their dead family member. Now you got all the smoke in the world for her, and you want to cyber bully her. Kanye called this woman some disgusting names. He said to her, now because of your words, you want to sue me for $250 million when I'm going through an economic lynching, a digital lynching, a social credit score bankrupting. You're either being controlled or you're being greedy. This is what he's saying to Roxy Washington. But you better get you some business. This is how you try someone who was there for your family. You will never get money from no one else. Then he says God doesn't like ugly. Then he adds, look at your mother effing hat. Your hat is ugly. And he goes, you know how I feel about an ugly hat. To the family To the Floyd family, I apologize to you and the Black community for my comments on Drink Champs humbly. Now come get Roxy before she mess up all you all's money. Then he adds, the Bible is the umbilical cord. Stay connected. And then he has people on here still calling him a genius. He's a psychopath. And she has every right to sue him, like Cardi had every right to sue Tasha K. So unless you get it, right? Now I can only talk to the people that are watching the video, right? I can only tell you what the spirits say to me. Kanye, you're in so much trouble. The ancestors are not happy. They're not happy. Creating harmony through balance. He needs to find a way to balance what's going on in his head and how he speaks it through his mouth, right? He's not sleeping at night. He is stressed. He can't see the forest for the trees. He can't see how many African Americans absolutely love him. He hates himself to see the love that you have for him. He wishes he was never born Black. There is going to come a time when his words will flow out better, but it might come by way of never speaking again. There's going to come a time when he won't be able to speak. Letting go, no restrictions, no fear. Whatever this is for him, it's embedded in him. He doesn't understand spiritual warfare. He thinks, I promise you, he thinks he is Jesus. He thinks he is incarnate, new Jesus. But he believes it, everyone. So in a weird kind of way, he believes it. He believes he is like, kind of like, not Jesus himself, but kind of like the second voice of Jesus. That's what he believes. This is a cult following, Jim Jones and Kool-Aid. And this is a social media Kool-Aid. If Kanye tells the masses to do something, because that's what he's working up to, right? He's working up to telling the masses to do something. Y'all are just going to do it. And I hope y'all are saying, not me, because Spirit needs to hear you say, not me. You don't have to say it to me. I'm only giving the word, but you're going to have to speak on it. And you're going to have to say, I will not follow Kanye. Oh, I was supposed to put my straw in. I was wondering what that straw was for. Darn it. All right, I need to drink some water. And the third instruction that I got was after the reading to drink a lot of water to flush what I am saying out. Healing, creativity, fertility. In order for him to heal, he has to begin. But in order for him to heal, it's such a slow process. It's just a drop in a bucket to get him to understand where he's at in his mental health. You don't have spirituality. You don't have God in you. You are not Jesus. You are not Mahatma Gandhi. You are not Lakshma. You are none of those people. You are a human being having a human experience, and you are confused. He doesn't know which way he should be going. And this looks to me like the worse he gets, the more he's planning his escalation. It's hard to believe, but the worse he gets. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. It's almost like when a drinker knows they shouldn't drink, right? But then they have one last binge. And that one last binge could be the catastrophic event. Somewhere he knows he should be shutting it down. Somewhere he can't. There's a man around him that is trying to tell him he has lost everything. Everything. Something still remains, but does it come in time? Because the way I see it, healing, creativity, fertility is a drop in a bucket. So it's so slow. Does it come in time? The Page of Pentacles is the amount of money that he's trying to hold on to. He can't stop because he is lost somewhere in his childhood. He's lost emotionally somewhere in his childhood. He is stunted somewhere in his childhood. So I don't know when he started to act crazy, but if I tap into his mother, I think it was somewhere around 8 years old. I feel like he was hearing voices around 8. And I do feel like he's had conversations with spirit. And I do believe that he told his mother, but I also believe that his mother was the real genius. I think she was taking his experience and turning it into creativity for him, encouraging him to maybe listen to the spirits and turn it into creativity. To be honest with you, it's not Kanye that's a genius. It's a spirit that follows him around. He talks to a spirit. He talks to he's been talking to the spirit since 8 years old. He has a personal conversation with this spirit. I feel like the spirit is a mastermind. I don't, does anybody know if his father's still alive? Because it feels very connected to father energy. I feel like he was a lonely child. The only reason why he wound up with friends was because of rap music. Everything was new at the time. So he was able to bond with boys because of rap music. He's actually a nerd. And in actuality, he's supposed to be one of those people that people would never talk to at the family reunion. You know, this is the first time I'm seeing this. His mother is telling me that she helped him. But he got stunted at 8 years old. Is he a creative genius? No. The spirit that he talks to is a creative genius. His father is still alive. Okay. There's a male spirit that comes to him, not a female spirit. There's some weird offer here. And then the Queen of Swords. The offer could come from Kim Kardashian, I don't know, or a woman. I just want to remind Roxy Washington that Kim Kardashian and Kanye are not divorced. So there is still money and assets that they have out there together. So go after Kim's money, because they're still tied in somehow financially. And so the offer in the end may come from Kim, because she doesn't want her monies to bleed out with Kanye. There's definitely an offer that is going to be given to Roxy, without a doubt. And it is based upon the morals of Kanye. Kim, I don't know why you didn't divorce him. That never really came out. They only have a legal separation. But Roxy is going to be entitled to tap into everything that you all have developed together right up until the separation. There's another man here, which I believe could be Roxy's lawyer. And Kanye, I do believe that there, without a doubt, will be a financial, punitive damages for Roxy against you. But I really believe this is the only time you learn your lesson. I believe that without this, you actually don't learn your lesson. You're really not getting what's happening here. A lot of male influences here. I don't know if the male influence is on Kanye's side or on Roxy Washington's side. And in actuality, this is going to go faster than you all realize. This will not get dragged out, particularly because I believe Kim wants to cover up the assets that she has with Kanye. So I do believe there's going to be a settlement based upon their estate, maybe. And that's why you're going to see Kim get involved. Kanye, I do see you in the past. I do see you in the past here. This is you here. And this is a feeling presently of being fulfilled But I do believe everything is happening so fast. What everything's you can't, you don't get it. I also believe you're going to relocate. I think this comes down to complete and utter embarrassment for everyone, and I think they're all trying to get you to leave the country. There'll be a lie coming out of Kanye's camp to save face. Um, I think he's going to wind up in a mental facility. I think he has to wind up in a mental facility. But I think they're going to say something like Dave Chappelle said, like, I'm going to Africa. But I think he could just disappear for a while, trying to get his head together. And by the way, I'm disappointed in the Ricky Smileys, the D.L. Hughley's, the Dave Chappelle, who it is your responsibility to tell Kanye to shut it down. But you all had something to say, Steve Harvey. For Will Smith, Chris Rock, this is a spiritual warfare. And saying nothing brings the spiritual warfare on you. Good luck, all of you. All you have to start saying is, Kanye, stop. Hashtag Kanye, stop. You've got to answer in a way where you are helping to take responsibility. But letting him run amok, letting him call a woman ugly, that is on us. That's on us when we don't say anything to a psychopath. Kanye, I feel like you're going to disappear for a while. I feel like you won't have any choice to disappear. I think people are going to beg you to get out of the country. But you won't be getting out before this case settles. And if he left Kim Kardashian before the case settles, it will be up to you to settle the case. This case will not go away. And that's why I feel like Kim is going to offer something. It's not my responsibility, but can I offer this to settle this case? Without her offering, then there's something inherited. Well, they will begin to dig into the businesses that Kim and Kanye have together. And you guys have no idea how much money these two are making together. I do believe Kanye is either going to lose his home or sell his home, something to that effect. Either that or his home becomes dilapidated because nobody is caring for the property, right? I do believe Kanye becomes frozen in time. I just see a psych ward for him, but not a public. You are not going to know this. I think his camp is going to lie, and they're going to say that he needs to have time to himself. If anything, I think it could be in another country. But you're not fooling people, and while you're away, the people around you are going to crumble your empire. They can't deal with you anymore. So when you're forced to go away, and I think it's a labeling of sorts, it's a labeling. So in a weird kind of way, I know this is going to sound crazy, guys, but someone might have to take legal conservatorship over him. He could become a detriment to himself. Definitely, he's proven to be a detriment to others. definitely, definitely has to go overseas. Because we're not helping Kanye, and I have to say this is collective, Kanye might be gone forever. We may never see him again. We may never, never see this man again. He is out of control. His mind is gone. If you just understand the spirits that are fighting inside of his head, he cannot handle how much they aggravate him. He has an intimate relationship with the spirits. He's just found demons to communicate with. He is a portal for these demons. He's a mad scientist. I get his mom here. I get him returning back to the original state. Remember, I felt like it was 8 years old. So his mom shows up and he turns back to an original state. But when he does that is when he will be gone forever. He won't be able to stay at all. Starhood Witch says he admitted to selling his soul more than once. Really? Maybe that's what's wrong with him. It's sad he doesn't see what he's doing. He talks to demons. And he has made a bargain with them to be the most successful rapper out there. And they granted his wish. The problem is that when you make these bargains, they also come to collect. No, I don't think we're talking about the same thing, Magic Mermaid. No, no. One is a victim. This one is a deliberate act of communicating with spirit to get the success that he always wanted. To be honest with you, somewhere in this, his mother was a sacrifice. It's terrible. Yes, Nina. How do you know all of this? Yes. At one point, he refused to look in mirrors. Would that be about demons? Yes. Yes. In the world, for some people, having very little mirrors in the house. At one point, I did not have any mirrors in the house. None. just the one in the bathroom. But I did notice when I put mirrors up in my last apartment that I came from, so much came through. So much. I was constantly posting pictures to my people in the spiritual group, and I'm like, look at this. Like things would just appear on the wall, and I'm like, look at this. So that was the first time I've ever had mirrors. It'll be the last time. Not wanting to have a mirror is because for him, he could see himself and then he sees somebody over here. In his music, he says all of this. You guys aren't listening to his music. He's telling y'all what's in his. He's telling y'all all of this. Y'all got to listen to his music then, because what he is saying is what he's going through. I don't listen to his music. Jacqueline, do you believe me? He sacrificed his mother. That's why his mother went in a dark alley to get this operation. I don't know what he needed. I don't know what he needed, but it was definitely, not only did he sacrifice her, then there was a ritual that needed to be done with body parts. That crazy man is walking around with guilt. And y'all keep praising this crazy man. He is walking around with guilt. Mirrors are portals. Thank you, December says. Neptune rules mirrors, amongst other things. Thank you, Miss Matthews. He tells everything in his music? Guys, if I had been listening to his music, I would have been able to figure this out a long time ago. I just don't like rap. A messenger of what, though, Mrs. Matthews? What? At the school, which has since been closed down, he has those kids chanting his mother's name. It's really weird and scary because he's making up for taking her life. It's not weird. He's trying to recapture himself. So if he took her out, can he bring her back? And how do you bring something into magic? You use the innocence of children. All those little fairy tales that you see out there, all those fairy tales where they're like children, 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 there's truth in that. I don't believe that he hails from good stock, Mrs. Matthew. I don't believe he hails from good stock. It is one thing to get your PhD. It is another thing to not recognize that he might come from a line of crazy people. You all are assuming because she got her PhD, smoke and mirrors, that she must be a fabulous woman. I believe they were one and the same, and that's how she nurtured him with his spiritual communication that he was having with others. I do not believe he comes from good stock. I believe he's crazy. I think his mother's crazy. I think his father's crazy. I think there's a whole, we never hear about anybody else, do we? I think he comes from a whole line of crazy people. Right. Thank you, Nina. He feels guilty. Right. And only as of recently has he been trying to conjure up and fix what he took. Oh, interesting, Magic Mermaid. Is he a psychopath? I think he is on his way to become one. I think early on, it was more important to build his career. So he focuses on energy. So he was focused. And as long as he built his career and became the center of celebrity attention, then he seemed to be okay. He seemed to be okay. But also, there's a lot of things that he did in France, which is where I believe many of his rituals were performed. Yeah, I did see that the Starhood Witch, the kids in school literally look like a cult. Yes, I do believe he is diagnosed bipolar. Diagnosed. Well, I mean, guys, let's look at it this way. You all pull your energy back because I want you to understand how easy it is to drink the Kool-Aid, right? If you, me and you, if we don't announce to Kanye that you're crazy, then the person next to me won't see it. What we say instead is that Kanye is a genius. The person next to me, left and right, repeats those words. So if people believe he's a genius and he opens up the school, they're going to send their kids to that school because they believe he communicates on a higher realm. What they don't know is that it's evil. That's the difference. I believe that Magic Mermaid, a lot of artists do that. Some of his music, artist shows are used to create and channel energy for their purposes. I believe that a lot of artists are doing concerts, but really swelling the brains of their audience. And when it's done, they're zombies, but they just don't know that they've been altered. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure if it's his Gemini, right? I'm sure his chart has a big thing on it, but if you just land on Gemini, then you're being unfair to all the other Geminis out there in the world. It is not about him being a Gemini. It is about him having bipolar. He should have been diagnosed early on, like 8 years old. He has been speaking with spirits. And that becomes the bottom line. It's not his Gemini. I wish you guys would stop. Again, that's where it comes from. One person says something, and then the other person, and then the other person. I'm telling you, it's demonic. He's lost. It's a spiritual warfare. And to stand close to him, good luck. To support him, good luck. Because if no one says to Kanye, please stop, hashtag Kanye stop, then all of that energy has to get dispelled somewhere. Think about it. Right now, he's the host body. Mob mentality. Thank you. I think you're right, Sophia. I think he also has to, if he hears voices. Schizophrenia is a clear diagnosis. To me, I believe there is a negative side to a zodiac sign. But if you focus on a zodiac sign, you're doing a disservice to what I am trying to tell you. If you just focus on the Gemini, which is unfair to so many Geminis out there that are trying to heal. I know Geminis trying to heal. So don't put it all on Geminis. Spiritually, that's wrong. Oh, Sin W, whatever. It's hypnotic. His music is hypnotic. Thank God, people. All right. I can only tell you what I see, and I can step out of this. I can't invest in the conversation anymore. I can only tell you what I see, and I can get out. And so I'm out. I'm encouraging everyone to look at yourselves. As you say, you know, whatever it is that you're saying in support of Kanye, I can only leave you to your own devices. Thank you, Cheetah's World. That's what I'm trying. Like, I can't put down all Geminis. I have a spiritual group, and I've got many Geminis in my spiritual group, and every single sign is in my spiritual group. So we can't base this all on I was born on this sign, when the whole planetary spectrum in your chart is what makes you up. So we can't just say Gemini, because another Gemini might have a wonderful moon, might have a wonderful ascendant, might have a wonderful house in the 5th house, and who's nothing like a Kanye, who'd never want to be nothing like a Kanye. So pull your energy away from blaming it on the fact that he's a Gemini. This is an individual problem that has a conversation that he's been having since he was 8 years old, that his mother helped nurture the conversations. All those factors. It's nature versus nurture. But when you all started to pounce on the fact that it was a Gemini, that's when it became a problem. That is something I cannot support. I know too many Geminis trying to heal. And by the way, the ones that are trying to heal the best right now are Geminis. Because we are in the age of Aquarius. And for the next 200 years, we're going to be in the age of air signs. So Geminis are trying to change. Kanye cannot change because he can't break the pact that he has made with his demons. I wish I had no idea that he talks about his spirits. I'm shocked right now. So, Nina, I don't think it was spoiled. I think it was nurtured. I think his mother knew he was crazy, and she just found a way to nurture it, even if it meant being a detriment to others. Upside down slave. upside down slave. Giving your power to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Yeah, don't send me any music, Misha. Please don't, because he cannot invade all of this. But send me bits and pieces of the lyrics. I wouldn't mind looking at the lyrics. I want to know who his spiritual authority is. Why would this come up? Upside down, slave. Giving your willpower, your will and power to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So, here's what I have to say to that. Kanye was never a creative soul. Thank you, Misha. Thank you. Kanye was never a creative soul, ever. His demons are. His spiritual demons are the ones that created all of his music for him. Weirdo. My God, people. Not you guys, I'm talking about him. Weirdo. You said slave, Tracy. That's ironic. He's always talking about black folks being slaves. Very ironic. Thank you for that. Yeah, mindful wondering. You have a beautiful name, but you said some really mean stuff right there. You got to be careful what comes out of your mouth. You don't need to be right. You could think it. Some things you don't need to say. It's not fair to pit him with Britney Spears. That's not fair. It's not fair. And everything else you said, you can't say those things. You can't. Because what you're really saying is that you want to be right. And so you're saying it so that you could be right. It's not about being right. Sometimes you have to say things in a way where if people don't catch the meaning, they don't catch the meaning. But you got to be careful because it comes down to wishful thinking. It's the Yeezy's album for the craziest of lyrics. And that's his most recent one, right? You know, at some point, your demons won't work with you. At some point, quiet as it's kept, your angels won't work with you. When your angels keep encouraging you to leave a relationship, leave the relationship, time to leave the relationship, and you thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and you still sat there, and then something happens, that's not demons. That's your angels giving up on you. They got to go on to people who's willing to listen to them. God will say, come, leave her. And they're not allowed to watch over you, right? Then there comes a time when you communicate with evil, and sometimes what you're feeding them is not enough. And sometimes they want you, Kanye. Sometimes they want you. I don't know what to tell you. Sin W, Kanye has been crazy from childhood. Y'all better stop bringing all these other people into it. She met him crazy. His mama encouraged the crazy. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Starterhood. Britney was taken advantage of. Kanye is demonic. It's a big difference. That's what I think is happening. The Kanye cult is delusional. Oh, I don't know anything about the car accident. Maybe. Was he in his early 1920s? Thank you, Melissa. I just realized something. The energy of the other spirit of Kanye is the one that, yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, Melissa, I just realized something. The energy of the other spirit with Kanye is the one that has the talent and the brains and also is a manipulator. Did he have a brother? Because whoever this is, like, he knows the person. All right, guys. Oh, boy. I was going to do, I just don't have time. I was going to do a takeoff, but Kanye was difficult. Uh, Upside down slave. Shadow slave lacks the power of choice and self authority and follows orders that violate one's integrity. Do you have a history of becoming a slave to the system? Or is slavery part of your genetic history? No, he could be the only child that was birthed. I'm wondering if there was another pregnancy, because whoever this person is, he knows them intimately. No, remember we're talking spiritually, so I'm wondering if there was another child that couldn't stay. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Oh well, very scalding. Hot tea. This you can't even drink. There are demons inside it. You can't even drink this tea. You have to be like, ah, nope. Now I know why Spirit said to flush with water tonight. Let me tell you something. I am not crazy. I got my candle lit. I got my water. And Kanye, I'm afraid for you. The problem that I see happening with you, Kanye, is that you crossed over and there is no return. This cannot be fixed. Yeah, so when he calls people slaves, he's projecting. Yes, because he is a slave to a demon. Yes. Really? Oh my God. Yeah, good idea. I think I'll burn some sage too. Now that you mention that, I've got some amazing sage here from somebody that I know. So I'm gonna burn some sage too. Sad. All right. All right. I don't know why you mentioned her name, Jane of all trades. Come on. Like, don't mention her name. All right. I'm not blocking you, sweetie. I just need to put you on timeout. I just can't stand people that do things like that. I just can't stand it. Not even his original African. No, 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 no. When you keep messing with fire, you get burnt. He's done one ritual too many. So it has gotten, he's crossed over, and it's one of those rituals that if you cross over, you can't come back. He's crossed over. He cannot come back. Thank you, Star the Hood Witch. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I don't think he is going to be able to recognize what a mess he made. He's gone. He can't see it. If anything, in the music, like you all say, he's confessing and purging, and the purging could have something to do with releasing what he can here on earth, right? So it's like confessions, right? Like when you go to a priest, you're like, okay, I did this, right? And so every time you confess, a part of you falls to the ground that is the ugly part of you, right? So his music is a form of confession, but he's tied the knot so hard in spirituality that his confessions have no weight on healing him. Thank you, Melissa. He is done. He is done. Okay, so there are 148 people here, and I should see 148 likes. This is a very unique video. This is actually one of those videos I should have done privately. I didn't know I was going to do this video. I was avoiding Kanye, and I didn't know why. And Spirit said, I have to do it, and I have to cover my head. And now I understand why I have to cover my head. This is ugly. This is deplorable. And how dare you call Roxy Washington hat ugly? How dare you curse her with God's name? I agree, Violet Star. I agree. Child, I'm going to burn my sage first. Then I got some Palo Santo from Beautiful Conundrum. And then I got my spiritual club tonight. So I will be at peace because I did what Spirit told me to do. My hands are clean. For everyone else, maybe hashtag Kanye stop. Or hashtag Kanye stop now. How's that? Can somebody post that for me? I've been covering my head for 3 years now. I believe you, sweetie. It's a real war and it's spiritual. People better wake up. Yeah, it is a real war. It is. Oh my God. I agree. All right, guys, I need to stop here. Oh my God, I need to stop. This dude is draining. I don't know how anybody can be around him. He is draining. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you, Misha. Look at you. Thank you. I love you all so much. For everyone that's here, I would appreciate it if you would like the video. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'll do take off tomorrow. I was going to do them back to back. I can't. I just can't. Nina says, love you all. Thank you, Mama Mia. Awesome reading, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Clear your energy, everyone. I love you guys. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I had to add that, child.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.